So now that you have a record on with that little plastic clip flipped up, you'll notice kind of a little arm to the right. This is our tone arm, and there's this little lever here, and this lever lifts the tone arm using the little hydraulic thing, and all the way up is all the way up, and then you just press it down and that slowly lowers it. That's how you lower it onto the record. So if we put that all the way up, we can then carefully swing the tone arm itself over the spot you want to play, and the record will start spinning, and that's fine. Once you get to the spot where you want to play, like right at the beginning, you have to line it up with your eye, then you just lower that arm to start playing, and that'll softly drop it onto the record. Now I've got the little thing over my stylus to protect it. Yours doesn't have that, so you don't have to remove anything there, and you don't want to touch the stylus itself. That's the little needle with your fingers. You don't want to touch that, because that's actually very delicate and can break easily. That's why it's important to lower it onto the record like that. I mean, you can do it by hand. You don't want to do that unless you're really used to playing records and really have a good feel. So, you just line it up, and then you just drop that arm. You'll notice it very slowly goes down, and we'll start playing. That's really all there is to it. And it's just like at the beginning of the record. If you want to play a later song, you just use that arm again. So I go back to that arm. So there, I raised it up, and now I can just see with my eye. I'm just going to move the tone arm over. I just always, use that little thing here, and I know some people lift it, but there's just no reason to with that arm up. And you just line it up where that next line is in the record, because that's the songs. Each break is the next break before the song. So I just line it up with that line, and then I just flip that arm again down, and that'll lower in place. It's not easy to line up perfectly. A lot of times you start just at the end of the last song or just the beginning. But the big thing is it's slow, and you shouldn't damage your record or your stylus from doing it slowly like that is the key. And you don't need to do anything at the end of the record, because at the end of the record it'll automatically pick itself up. So you can play a whole record and not have to worry about hurting anything, because it'll just run out at the end and pick itself up. So when it's done, it'll just return to the stop position and lower itself back down. So then when you flip the record or whatever, you're just ready to start over that process. Now, something your record player has that mine doesn't is a cut feature. Yours has a button right around here that says cut, and if you press that button while it's playing at any point, it'll actually automatically pick up the tone arm and stylus and set it back down for you. So that kind of basically an auto start or stop feature. Many record players have an auto start feature. Mine doesn't have that, and most record players don't, because the less automated record player is, kind of the better, because less stuff to go wrong. And people who are really into sound quality claim that the more mechanisms it has, the more sound it can introduce. Not that matters. So let me know if there's any questions, but that's the basics. And just picking up a record, you try to handle it towards the outside edges and the center only, because it's so easy to scratch a record. In another video, I'll show you how to clean your stylus.